Do you know there's certain industry standard terms that you need to know? Stay to the end of the video and I'm going to give you the top 5 industry standard terms to make you a seasoned veteran. Hi, I'm Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind group page, and I help hundreds of aspiring ATM business owners go from 0 ATMs to ATM Business Pro in as little as 30 days. Always remember, here at PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind group page, we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Without further ado, the top 5 industry standard terms that you need to know to become a seasoned veteran. Term number 1, vault cash and surcharge. So, what we do is refer to as the vault cash account, the surcharge account, the general checking account. Now, the vault cash account, for you guys that don't know, that is the money that you put into the ATM. You put it into the ATM, it'll get recycled out of there when merchants come and take money out of your ATM. That money will now get turned and routed into your bank account, and you will rinse and repeat that whole process over and over again. Here at PDQ, we recommend that you always have 3 bank accounts, one for your surcharge, one for your vault cash, one for your general checking account. So this way you can create 100% transparency in the ATM business. Along with the vault cash account is what we call the surcharge account. The surcharge account is the fee account that when people take out, they pay that $2, $3, $4, $5 fee. They're paying that to you. You're splitting some of that revenue with the location. That money is also getting routed into your bank account. Now, you have a choice on surcharge account. You can either get it routed to your bank account once a day, or you can get it routed to your bank account once a month. Vault cash will always be the next business day. Surcharge, you'll have a choice. Now, just to give you guys a heads up, if you guys have 2 ATMs or 5 ATMs, you're still only going to have one deposit every day. One for your vault cash, one for your surcharge, if you decide to get that surcharge deposited daily. If you don't, and you want to get it deposited once a month, then you only have one deposit a month in your surcharge account. We get asked all the time, Phil, I got 5 ATMs, does that mean I need 5 different bank accounts plus the vault cash for 10 bank accounts? Nope, one vault cash, one surcharge is all you need. Number 2, the merchant. Phil, what's the merchant? The merchant is the location owner, the business owner, the store owner, the bar owner, the hotel owner. We refer to that person as the merchant. So if you guys ever hear that term, you want to know what does that mean? That's always the location owner. We refer them to as the merchant. So if you're thinking about starting the ATM business but didn't know how, stay to the end of the video and I'll invite you to a free checklist entitled ATM Business Mastermind Checklist. In this checklist, I will share with you 5 things you need to start your profitable ATM business so you can build a passive income source for your family. You'll have a clear roadmap towards ATM business success so you can earn between $250 and $1,500 every single month of passive income. All right, let's get back to the video. All right, point number 3, the agent. Now the agent is the ATM owner that's placing the ATM in the business. Business, again, is the merchant. Now, this could be the same term if a store owner says, you know what, I want to own my own ATM. We don't refer to that person as the agent then, they just become the merchant. They're just a single location owner as the merchant, but they vault cash their own ATM. But if you're vault cashing the ATM and it's your ATM and you're placing it into a business, then you are now the agent. So if your ISO refers to you as the agent, now you know what they're talking about. Number 4, the ISO or the IAD. Another industry term is the IAD. It stands for Independent ATM Deployer. Years ago, they tried to change some of this terminology. They were successful, and now a lot of people refer to, if you own an ATM and you have an ATM route, you're an independent ATM deployer. Okay, Phil, but what is the ISO? I don't understand. Agent, ISO, IAD, what is that? Okay, the ISO is a company just like PDQ. We're registered with the networks. So we're registered with Visa, MasterCard, Sears, Nice, Pulse, these kind of banks or networks. We're registered with them. We also have to register with a sponsor bank. For us, it's Pueblo Bank and Trust, or they rebranded themselves to become PB&T. Some people are registered with Wells Fargo, others are registered with Prosperity and or MetaBank. So if you hear the term MetaBank, sponsor bank, what is that? That is, an ISO has to register with them, and it helps flow the transactions through that bank to make sure that make sure all transactions are legal and legitimate. An industry standard term number 5 is the processor. Now, You'll hear a lot on our videos and other videos, hey, you got to get yourself a processor, you got to get a processor. Keep in mind, you can't go direct to the processor. You have to go through an ISO, just like PDQ. Now, some people will say, well, I went through this guy, he says he's an ISO. Most of the time, there's only maybe a few handful of ISOs in the country. Most of the other people are what we call an IAD or a super agent. Those people are under an ISO, they just have a big portfolio and they're help guiding more traffic to their agent or their IAD. Okay, but if you want to, you can't go direct to a processor, but you can go through an ISO who will help you go to get to the processor. Some of the processors out there are Switch Commerce, CDS or Columbus Data, EFX, FIS. Those are processors that you'll hear in the industry standard terms. We used to have a couple more, Elan, WorldPay. Those have now been bought up by other guys, but those are the few. There's also another one, up and coming person, DNS. Those guys all into their processors. They're all good companies helping you do your transactions and making you guys successful in the game. And just a little bonus, we call a manufacturer. A manufacturer is the one who makes the ATMs. So some of the manufacturers out there, Samsung, Genmega, Ploon, Triton, Diebold, NCR, those are all manufacturers of ATMs. There's four big, for what we do, 4 manufacturers of ATMs. If you're in the FI space, FI stands for financial institution. There are NCR and Diebold. Now NCR recently purchased, well, it's not recent anymore, it's almost a year, but they recently purchased Cardtronics. So Cardtronics owns CDS. So a lot of guys, just to let you guys know, CDS was bought years ago by Cardtronics, and now Cardtronics has been bought by NCR. You might say, well, they're still branded. They still keep the brand, but that's who owns the company. I don't know what kind of shakeups. It's been about a year, so things are starting to smooth out. But just so you know who you're dealing with, now you know. So if you're interested in starting your own ATM business, I want to invite you to my free checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist, where I'll share with you 5 things you need to start a profitable ATM business so you can start earning passive income, make more money, and spend more time with your family. So if you're interested in starting your ATM journey today, click the link below and start now. Again, this is Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind Group page, where we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Thank you guys very much.